I love my Neville oranges if they have to be ripe. I can only eat citruses if they're ripe and sweet. When you eat a citrus, it better be sweet as honey, except for grapefruit. And you can always tell when a grapefruit is too acidic, you know, and you just have to get used to that. But definitely make sure your fruits are as alkaline as possible. I mean, that's just, they're supposed to be alkaline. It's the way we raise and pick them. That's all that is. What if you're allergic to grapes and citrus? Then you want to back up, my dear, to something that you can deal with. Even if you have to use vegetables, sometimes you have to use vegetables to start your detoxification. Nothing wrong with that at all. How do you maintain your teeth and not get canker sores in the mouth from the citrus? I always thought that the citrus hurt the enamel of the teeth. Well, first of all, if fruits are allowed to mature on the trees and pick ripe, you wouldn't have that problem. The problem we're having with the citrus is it picked very unripe, and so it's a little more acidic than it would be. That's number one. Number two, if you have that much herpes in the mouth, I would definitely get rid of the citrus. I'd get off the acid fruits, go to the subacid where you're having more grapes and apples, and your sweet fruit. You're still probably going to pull some of these, but that just shows you're full of herpes in the mouth, and you've got to, that's all acid. It shows how acidic you are in the mouth here, dear. When you have systemic acidosis problems, you might be careful of the citruses or of the acid fruits, or what they call the acid fruits. You might want to be careful with them until you're out of pain, and then you can kick up with them. It's just that acids within plants also interact with acids. You can see that with poison oak, poison ivy, sumac, these sort of things. These are just plant acids, you know. Those of you who are in extreme pain, it's extreme acidosis, and detoxification can increase that. There's no question about that. When you find yourself in extreme pain like this, get away from the acid fruits and get to the subacid category. If you get too far into the sweets, you might find that detoxification is definitely slower. Might be something you need, though. It's true that some of the acid fruits you might stay away from. If you're in that much pain, you might have to stay away from acid fruits. That's the lemons, the grapes. I mean the grapefruits, the oranges. If you got good organic oranges, though, they won't have any acid to them. But the pineapples and stuff like that, the cruciferouses, you have to stay away from them. The nightshades, that's potatoes, eggplants, tomatoes, you have to stay away from them. Sometimes when you're in excessive pain, you have to stay away from the foods that can exacerbate that pain. The other question you have here, and still don't understand how acid-tasting fruit like lemon and grapefruit can be alkaline to the body. Well, because predominantly the food is a base chemistry food. You have acetic acid and different acids, definitely, that pick it up. I think our biggest problem here, really, with acid fruit is the fact that most of them are just simply picked unripe. I think if you really looked at the fruit and you went over, like with Tosh at the Thailand, and you went to some of these tropical islands, just the fruit is just incredible. South of France, Spain, all these countries have some great food. And I think if we sat down to a big meal from Thailand of fruits and watermelons, it would literally blow you away. You would then understand what I'm talking about fruit. It's difficult. It is difficult to look at the grocery stores, even the natural Whole Foods and stuff like that, and see high quality food. It isn't the grocery store's fault, really. It's the farmer's fault. We don't take pride in what we do. And everything you do should be a part of you, and it should be the best you can do. And say, look what I did for you. It's true that, and the only thing I can say is like pineapples, and they're real acidic fruits that if they're not allowed to ripen nutritively on the tree or plant, they will be acidic, more acidic. And that's one of our biggest problems with thinking citrus. We downgrade the citrus fruits because of our growing and picking procedures, not for the quality that they offer. And it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate that our farmers are in a brain fog and that they're not standing on the quality of what they do. If they stood on the quality that I stand on my herbal formulas, we would have food that would make us go into ecstasy with every bite. Because quality, your love as a grower into your foods, your soil and how you talk to your soil and build your soil up. I mean, and you let them ripen as much as possible. And the gift from you as a vehicle for God to say, here, enjoy this beautiful orange I just grew for you. My trees are in love with growing you beautiful food. You're gonna feel really good eating that. Farmers are in it for the money nowadays.